And happy birthday to Sir David Attenborough. Crazy 100. Hopefully we all get there one day or another. The day where we can't build any Lego set before like 2008. Is that when Lego? Let's have a little look. Actually, I wanted to see because on before we get into anything, don't worry, the ads, we'll let them play. We are starting like half an hour early as well. Never been done before, I don't think, on the channel. The creative box for Lego. Do they still have age limits? They do. Oh, Lego. Oh, I can't believe it. How could Lego do this? All right, let's pull this up. The creative complete tangent, nothing to do with the painting today. Hello there, Moon. Hello there, Mark. Hello there, Tinks. Hello there, Raven. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Creative boxes are still $4 to $99. But if we open up Instagram, I don't think it might have been a Lego reel. No, I don't want to sign in. Lego Instagram. Here we go. We're going to smart around it. You don't need to log into Instagram. We're looking for this post. This. New tab? Okay, no. Open image, maybe? Copy link address. What if we go straight to the link? Meta security. Do you think your data is safe? Do you think your data is safe from an account you can just... And oh, look, comments. I bet if I refresh, it shows me another load of comments. And then it will show me different comments if I refresh that. Oh, how do these sites work? I mean, there you go. If you don't want to log in or have an Instagram account, copy the link, open it up. PC is the way to go. But look, updated for you, Sir David. 4 to 100 plus. Because surely, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I thought this was classic. Literally the classic box. It's this very one. How do they get away with having 99 limits on boxes still? That's so outdated. How, like this is one of the only boxes. I'm pretty sure trying to see if the one that I've got has a limit. I don't think it does. Do any of these have limits? No, these are all like 5 pluses. It's literally just these big stud blocks that they haven't changed in the creative suitcase. So there's at least 3 sets that have $2.99. The rest of them are pluses, but they made the best of a worse situation there. Up in it for Sir David Attenborough. No age limit for those who never stop playing. Yeah, tell that to half the stores. I woke up and chose violence today. Mark, you got a Lego set from Argos today. Did you still get if it's Star Wars, did you get the poly bag with it? I don't know if they're still in stock. They're probably not. It is the 8th of May. It is a little bit down the line because they were giving away the poly bag with most Star Wars sets. I think it was the 25th of April. It was the day before the new sets came out. They'd already started it. Let's have a look. Any Lego deals that we should be made aware of? A few 25% offs doesn't seem to be, at least on a quick Google, nothing any better than that. Some good 25% offs though. Argos have Ahsoka's shuttle 25% off. Entertainer have the 8080 display 25% off. Asda's have the Acclimator 25% off. Asda's have the Battle Pack, both Battle Packs 25% off. WH Smith's or Toys R Us has, again, Battle Packs 25% off. Smith's letting us down. Literally everyone but I think Morrison's had what did Morrison's had? I don't know if it was a Star Wars set. There was a set on sale though that was a bit off. That wasn't the Mario one, was it? It might have been one of the Mario Karts, and that was a pretty decent price. Trying to make a set for your Warsaw Uprising stop motion. Warsaw as in Poland or Warsaw as in video game? Warsaw Uprising. That definitely sounds very Poland. Poland's actually got, especially World War II, some really, really good history. I've been lucky enough to go to Poland. Absolutely amazing place. Warsaw, Stargard, loved Stargard. That's where we went. That's where we stayed for the most part. Educational trip. Went to teach some science, actually, in a school there. What polybag? I think it was the Razor Crest. I think it was this one that they were doing, but I don't know how long that was on for, so have a little look. And who knows? You might be able to get one. Hello there! Just got done streaming. Oh, snap! Picking right up where you left off. The Lego set you got is the ATTE Walker 2021. Can't believe it's still on shelves. I mean, it did live out. How long did we say? We said 2025. When the set came out, we said it would retire 2025 at the new year. I think Lego was still selling it when we checked the other day. As in Poland, Warsaw, Poland. Great place. We also saw... Oh, what was that? They had like an old ruin there. I forget what that was for now. That was cool. ATTE Walker. That is a cracking set. Yeah, great for a lot of the vehicles. You could probably use the ATTE Walker to build the AT that everyone wanted with Mouldie. Right, anything at Smith's. I think that's what I was looking at. Any of the new sets as well. No Mando sales, which little surprising, I think. Let's sort by new. They do have the advent calendar now. Do we have a date? Because I know they announced that the June sets wouldn't be coming until after the advent. Oh, August. Oh wait, no, the Hut Sentry is the Hut Sentry an August set? That's not June. Yeah, that is an August set. All right, Smiths are getting them day one. Any news on like the Lander? Not at the minute. Oh, Grogu. Grogu's got 4% off, but you get a better deal through Lego with their 5% back. You still got a quarter off the Mando and Grogu speeder though. So there are some good deals to be had. Despite the fact that May 4th is slowly slipping away. I wouldn't say it's over yet, but it is slowly slipping away. Have Lego announced anything else? Let's copy the link. The fact that works on so many sites as well. That's the first thing I tried. Going down to a page. Oh, look, Batman. Oh, hold on. This poster looks... That's the one that was given away. I've seen a few members, and one member specifically, have a signed poster of this, which looked really nice. Copy link address. Paste it. Don't need to log in. This is the way to build the galaxy. Something about Lego posters. We need to see more Lego posters in sets. Or at least given out. Movies? No, what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. This movie is going to be a pretty good success. I don't know. In terms of... Right. Here's something to think of. In terms of how well the movie's performed. Of course, the original Star Wars didn't have too much hype. It was another new movie. There was no decades of obsession to be had. The Phantom Menace, that had the 80s shows, the like cartoon animations, the Ewok movies, the original trilogy built into the Phantom Menace. That was massive at the time. But I also remember Force Awakens beating that by quite a margin. There's a fly. I also remember Force Awakens knocking Phantom Menace out the park. And I don't know if it was as big as Revenge of the Sith, but it was definitely bigger than Phantom. And I feel like Phantom was probably bigger than Revenge of the Sith. And I think Mando could go one of two ways. Because with the prequels, there were people that didn't like Star Wars after the prequels, so they didn't see the sequels. Because they thought the prequels were trash. There are going to be people that think the prequels or the sequels were rubbish. And therefore don't go to see The Mandalorian. But there are also people that weren't alive, you know, for the prequels, that can barely remember the end of the sequels, that are now seeing Mando. And I think I think that's got to make it bigger, because there's more people that like Star Wars than that don't. It is like, in terms of fans, we're not talking about people that are like, oh, that's that Star Wars movie. We're speaking about people that have like seen all the movies, which doesn't make you a fan. All you need to do is see one, or at least know of it. See a poster for one, and you can like it. Got the ATT for Christmas. Awesome. Morning, Snow Blizzard. Hello there. It has been a hot minute. That's definitely a name I remember on the members board. That's right near the top of the first one. Yep, Yellow Row. There you go. I know my channel members. And it also helps that most of you still have the stud next to your name, which changes the longer you remember. Keep an eye out for that. Don't know if it alerts you though. Already done bags 1 and 2, and you're sorting bag 3. Awesome. Nice little stream in the background. So today, we did start like 15 minutes ago. We haven't done anything yet, but we're keeping on with the painting. I don't think I need that screen up. So I have been painting today. These colors aren't out for any reason. Just painting a few little bits in the background. Nice chill day for a chill stream. Which order do these go in now? Oh, hold on. Wait. Yellow's here. So we've got our... I feel like pink should be next to blue. All right, we've got red, which is like ultraviolet level. But I also feel like red should be by brown. And brown definitely leads to black. I'm going to mix up the order of this now. Let's bring you... We don't need the whole case, just the tray. And again, I'll say, because some of you will see me using these paints and think these are really good. These are old paints. Paint quality's dropped off for this company. So, yeah, I'm trying to find a replacement paint. I wouldn't settle with these if you're still looking. And then let's go lighter, because dark will mesh well with the green. Yes. Because we've got our sciencey here, which isn't the way with paints. Our pinks, purples, blues, greens, yellows, oranges, and then our reds. I'm also missing a white, so we could leave a little gap between the red, but that's more rainbow. That looks nicer. I like that. These are acrylic paints, yeah. So these are for plastic. Usually you'd need like a base coat or to sand down things. These paints are pretty decent as it is. And yeah, I rarely have to touch them up. So no need for the sanding or any of that, especially with Lego. Lego, if I am painting Lego, I tend to rub it off in a few weeks. So no need for permanence when it comes to that. We got a few bonus figures for those of you that didn't see the last stream, which was probably almost a month ago, coming up to. We had a few extra Kinder figures, and I can get the ones that we painted last time because I've still got them up here. We added some sequel figs, or like sequel Legends figs. So this trooper, that's an official one. We didn't paint that. We did paint Yoda into Grogu, who looks adorable. Boba became Mando, and Vader became Infinity's Vader. And that was just the start. We painted, what, like 6 of them? We did, I'll grab Endor Leia next, because these, again, are with some of the official ones. They've all been displayed on the back. There we go. Endor layer on the side is the one we painted. This layer is how they come before. Only like 10 of these to collect there were. And then we've also got some prequel figures, which are my personal favourite. We've got our Yoda and Kenobi, which are the real deal. And then a custom Annie, Padme and Django. I still think Padme is probably my favourite that I've painted so far. That's using Leia. Let's grab a Leia for comparison. compared to the Padme figure. Really nice Senate dress. So we are technically out of space on that display. I don't know where I'm going to be displaying these new ones. Perhaps we can shimmy the right ones off a little bit and display these with them. Or we can relocate them to another display. I'm not really sure yet. But let's get them painted and we'll worry about displaying them later. I always do that. How am I? I'm doing well, thank you. Hello there. Expecting a shipment from Lego later today. Lucky. I'm still unsure if I'm going to be picking up anything over the summer. Yeah, the black one. We've got another black and a white somewhere. Yeah, I did use that. Still unsure if I'm going to be picking up any sets. I'm definitely eyeing up some for the sales, like the hut set that was on screen. I want to pick that one up. But with some of them, let's get some of the new sets up. With like the roller coaster, the Power Miners roller coaster, I am wondering, because I have most of the Power Miners figures and I have like all the rock monsters from the first wave, don't have any from the second wave, but whether I should part out the roller coaster pieces. I've got a load of grey. I'm a Star Wars fan. Half of the sets behind me were grey. So it's not a problem building the rocks. It really does come down to the other bits. Where did I have my list of minifigures? They're here somewhere. Probably under paint. No. Oh, they might be. 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Oh, you're going to be under. Yep. Nope. Yep. No, we don't. What? All right. So, which figures? I know I said about Kylo and Rey. I also said about who were the Mandalorians that I said? Oh, Pre Vizsla. I remember Pre Vizsla being one. So we've got a Pre Vizsla. There's another Mandalorian. We could do like a Bo-Katan. That would work well. Especially with Pre Vizsla. How many do we have? We have 5 prequel at the minute. We have 6 original trilogy and 4 sequels. So we'll do 3 sequels. We've got our Rey. We've got our Kylo Ren. All right. We've got... What else can we do? We want one more for each. We've got Vader, Leia, Boba. So we're looking for Mandalorians. We're looking for Vader. We could do a Battle-Torn Vader. Oh, I tell you who we could do. We could do Connix. Because of the Leia resemblance. We could do Connix for the sequel trilogy. I think that would be a really nice one to have in the collection. Vader. Who looks like Kylo Ren? I think we can get away with a helmet if we paint the grey to silver stripes on it. Still looking for a silver paint. And then Boba, Pre Vizsla. Come on, we've got to think of some Mandos. Phasma. Ooh, we could turn the Trooper into Phasma as well. Actually, Phasma's a pretty good one. If we got Kylo Ren, but then Kylo, Rey, and Connix. Perhaps we could swap out Connix. I quite like Connix. I gotta be honest, we might have to pick up more Kinder Eggs. Could do an old Kenobi. Oh. We'd have to like sand down Vader's mask, but that would work as a hood. There's no one really that looks like Vader. Let's start with... What's going to be the hardest? Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren using Darth Vader. That's... Kylo Ren. Never heard of that one. Probably hooded Kylo Ren. Yeah, Vader's mask is kind of hooded. Although Vader's mask isn't too far off Kylo's. It's a bit more exaggerated. So maybe not hooded. An unmasked, like unhooded Kylo Ren. The mask, I'll probably fill in the nose bit with paint, try and smooth that over, and then over the eyes we've got 4 grey stripes, which will go around. And then black torso, black, yeah, basically just black. Just black. I'm not going to use that black. I'm going to use the good black from Art Echo. That's one brand I can kind of recommend. This black was nuts on our Star Trek costume. Here we made a little Star Trek jacket. That went crazy. All right, have I missed any? Have I missed any chats? Hello there. 1 scoop of red, 2 scoops of orange for the color vermilion. That sounds Bob Ross level. I got me a water as well. Oh, I don't look too bad. I did use this earlier. This hasn't been sat around. Fresh today. So, Kylo Ren is just a black Vader. Which, given how dark Vader already is saying something, because Vader's pretty dark. A few little buttons, like, we're getting rid of the things that make Vader Vader just to make him Kylo Ren. A few stripes and we're done. There was a Kylo Ren and a Rey in the Kinder series. So, those of you that might have a Kylo or a Rey, yes, I could just pick up Kylo or Rey. But where's the fun in that? I shouldn't have used black first. General Grievous. Oh, see, Grievous would have been a great character. In terms of prequels, we got Yoda and Kenobi. You could argue like Chewie. I think Chewie's an original trilogy character. But we got Yoda and Kenobi. We could have got pairs. Kenobi and Grievous. We got Luke and Vader. We didn't even get Han Solo. So I suppose Chewie and Boba. Yeah, we didn't. We could do an Empire Strikes Back Boba, because we have done a costume for Leia. Or is there another character we can do for Leia? Can we turn Leia into Han? Or Mon Mothma? That might have worked. We'll let that dry before we do any of the grey stripes. And then Rey. Rey doesn't sport the buns at all, but she does have the 3 on the back of the head. So, it's not really similar whatsoever. And in terms of robes, when does she most look like this? Because she's got no sleeves in the final outfit. What about Last Jedi? What's Rey wearing when she's got the poncho jacket thing? The Arcto suit? Yes, this is the one. Again, not full sleeves, but she does have the bottom half of sleeves. So we can make those grey. Then flesh tone the upper arms. Same grey for the rest. And then maybe a lighter grey for the legs. Or this could be Poncho Rey. Rey does wear a dark grey poncho. And then black boots. This could be Poncho Rey. Training Poncho Rey in just dark grey. And then the hair, I think, would the hair be a little darker? I think the hair needs to be just a little bit darker. I think the same could have worked for Padme as well. We're going to need to mix a dark brown. Something's missing. What's missing? Oh, yes, I do have live chat up, but for those of you that might not, don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat. I wish there was a way you could do that by default. I don't know if I've set up top chat accidentally by default, but I never get live chat straight away. The difference is YouTube hides some messages that it thinks it doesn't want you to see. And why would you not want to see all of the messages in chat? This black might be better for shading because it's not as strong as the other black. Although it's also a lot more empty than the other black. Come on. Oh, there you go. Just a little bit. Okay. We want to darken it, not blacken it. So hopefully that's actually not done anything. What? Okay. You know what? I'm going to take the whole thing out and just keep mixing it in till we've got a dark brown. General Groovers would look nuts with the arms if we like... Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. We're going to have to put this mat back through the wash. Oh, is it worth wiping? Yeah, it should be. I'll tell you what, I do have a spray just in case I make too much of a mess. So I should probably... Here we go. Let it soak in. At least get most of the paint off. Because that stain, I don't even remember what that was from. This one here, that was from the water, was it, of the paint? That's just not coming off. Thankfully this paint is though. We caught it fast. I didn't leave it till the end. I should put a tray down while I'm painting. I do have a tray. I have my cutting board. Maybe that would be better for painting. At least in case we spill something. Hides the master Mouldie mat. Worth it for longevity. How's that look? Oh, not bad. And it's got measurements. Oh, it's going to be so much easier finding out the scale of different bricks and ships. Is that darker? It's browner. I wouldn't say it's necessarily darker though. Yes, that's darker. That's more like him. Technically, Kylo Ren is Darth Vader's grandchild. Yeah. Yeah, so Vader is the parent of Leia. He's the father of Leia. He's her father. No! And then Leia is the mother of Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren. So yes, you are right. The Force is strong in their family. Yeah, that looks closer to Rey already, and it's just the change of the hair. Hair color does mean so much. I mean, when there's not too many characters that wear their hair in different ways, the main ones I'm thinking of is Leia, and therefore Connix. You've got Padme, you've got Rey. I don't know. I couldn't name for sure any other characters that wear their hair up most of the time. Most of them wear it down. At least the images that I think of. Hello there. So this layer we are turning into a Rey Skywalker. And then we've got a few prequel characters pre-Vizsla. We've got at least one original trilogy character we've got to paint today. Any other Mandalorians or black suited? Not even black, we could paint that. And then Rey's got the poncho on, which we're going to need a lot more black than that. And some white. I need to order white, I think, next, before I order any more colours. Beautiful. But yeah, we've got, so Kylo Ren, pre-Vizsla, Connix. And Connix, I won't do the flashback Endor outfit. That's too close to the Endor layer we've already made. I'll have to get a bit creative with it. Right, grey is going to be one of the hardest colours to mix, but because we need light grey for Kylo, we also need dark grey for Rey. Pre-Vizsla, and let me load up an image. Pre-Vizsla is grey. I do like the dark blue, but no, Pre-Vizsla really is grey. Few blue markings. I think I will add a little bit of blue. It's bluish grey anyway for Lego. But blue looks too Mando and Grogu Death Watch group. Quite a few of these. You're going to paint at the same time. Awesome. Awesome. If you've got any other character for Vader, let us know. And perhaps we can trial it for you. Oh, look at that. It's not enough to go over the whole layer though, is it? Okay, white doesn't make it too much lighter. Yes, we got the perfect shade of dark bluish grey. This is Rey when she's on Octo. She gets drawn to the dark side cave. Chewie's there, eating his pork leg. Star Wars are crazy for posting about pork legs on May 4th. And thankfully Leia's outfit in A New Hope is very Poncho-esque. If you get rid of the belt, you just got to make sure not to paint up any of the hair, any of the other bits. Perhaps I can move that so we can see the outline a little clearer. I can't remember the last time we peeled off that palette. A good thing with acrylic paints is they stick to each other. So when we get around to clearing that, you should be able to peel the whole thing off and it will be bright white underneath it. It's not stained it. We've had it for years. Every couple of months we peel it and it's so satisfying. You have 3 Vaders. All you can think of is Jedi Vader from Rebuild the Galaxy. I was looking, I think, last time for a burnt up, destroyed Vader, a la Jedi games and stuff like that. We've got the Kylo Ren as well. Because we don't have the Kylo Ren figure, it made sense to make Vader into Kylo. Maybe... Nah, Vader is quite a tricky one. Because Vader's got such a unique silhouette. I'm trying to think Lego-wise as well, like what I could have used Vader's dome for, what I could use, maybe like characters that have that neck bracket and might have a hood. Maybe a little Malgus in there. Malgus has got quite broad shoulders, and Malgus, or I can't remember the other one from Old Republic. A few Old Republic peeps actually have the mask, not just the Sith. But no one looks like Vader. Vader's got his Infinity's costume, which is Rebuild the Galaxy. Vader could be, we could do a rainbow Vader, almost a Christmas Vader, or what if like a Jedi Vader, maybe do a brown suited Vader with a mask. I'd want to pick up so many of these though, just to keep doing more. That's a good thing with Lego. At least with Lego, if I have too many of them, I can break a few down and make room for them. These, I could always repaint them rather than picking up more, but I've grown too attached to the ones I've already painted. Did I get a bit of paint on the hand? No. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. No paint here. Nope. Good thing this isn't live, right, chat? I can just edit that out. That's how that works. I mean, technically, it can be edited out. I'm not going to go through that trouble, though. The stream just randomly jumps to have half of Leia painted. Rey, not Leia. We can't forget about the black boots either. I need some more grey. Oh. Yeah, I keep seeing these in like Morrison's, in Asda's, And I just can't. I can't keep picking up more of these. We do have some more surprises though coming our way. So I like the Kinder surprises. I like the CMFs, but we've got those Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadrons. I'm trying to get my hands on some of the new series, but they don't seem to be really selling in the UK. I know they've just come out with Series 11, but they really don't seem to be selling at all in the UK. Not like they used to for the original few seasons. Like I remember seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly even 5. But then these new ones, no sign of any stores that have confirmed them. Usually they're with they're not with the Kinder Eggs, but they're in the same stores that you'd get your sweets. And they'd just be in the toy aisle. I don't know if like Smith's Entertainer ever stocked them. Because I know Entertainer aren't doing too well. They've stopped with Funkos at a lot of locations. And even Smith's have weaned down how many Funkos they're doing. They're not doing complete series of shows anymore. They only had like half the mall ones there. And that's most locations online. Missing Obi-Wan and Kilo. Yoda, Luke, Chewie, Leia, Vader, Boba. There's the Trooper. Kylo. Got ya. Blue, black, and yellow. You want to see what that makes? Really want to see how General Grievous would look with different colors. A rainbow Grievous or different shades of Grievous? I don't think there's two. Is there two characters with both hands? Maybe Grogu. Oh, if we had 2 Yodas, not Grogus, we had 2 Yodas, we could have chopped the arms off and stacked them. Although Grievous would have had ears. Maybe chop the ears off and put them side on. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, especially Droid Tycoon. I've been playing so much Droid Tycoon. I have 20 something droids left to collect. And I don't have any of the BB-8s because there's a BB-8 event tomorrow. So I assume that's where we get the BB-8s. I haven't seen a single one. But yeah, with Droid Tycoon. So of course I'm rocking that brand new Ahsoka Tano skin. Don't know why I couldn't remember that. Brand new Ahsoka Tano skin. Don't forget, if you are making any purchases, you know, code Mouldie in the item shop. I am a Fortnite creator, despite the fact I haven't created anything on Fortnite. And don't even create content on Fortnite besides like that May 4th post. But it helps. Although I would kind of recommend against maybe save some money for Lego. Right, Poncho's looking good. Oh, missed a little bit of white just below the hand here. Come on. Ever so gently. Yes. And a little bit off the finger. Goodbye. Alright, we have our Rey. What I'm going to do, we've got 2 red lightsabers and a blue. Who didn't have a saber? Oh, Grogu. Tracks Grogu not having a saber. We're not going to give a saber to a kid. Let me get some blue tag and give Rey a blue saber. How much will we... Oh, we'll need a tiny bit of blue tag, won't we? An upscaled Jedi Vader would be fun. Oh, yes. That would look good. Gonna play some Lego Jurassic World. Oh, nice. Bought a couple of the first battle packs yesterday for a combined 40 Aussie dollars. Isn't that almost the price of one? 501st. Even the new one would have been like 20 quid. Which I think is somewhere in the ballpark of $40. That's a crazy deal. Alright, here's Rey's saber. Oh, wait. Rey's saber. Rey holds her saber kind of like so, doesn't she? She's, How does Rey hold her saber? It is right hand, and it is like out down here. and then she charges with it facing forwards. It's not left-handed. Has Rey ever held the saber left-handed? Right-handed, 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 right-handed. Oh, left-handed. Is that actual right-handed, right-handed, right-handed? Is that actual concept art or is that fan art? I can never tell. When she's on Arc 2, on the rock, when she carves it, left-handed. So I guess Rey could probably throw it around and balance it left, right. Similar to Kenobi, except for the fact that I guess she's also got the saber up in the air. Hello there, welcome. Love those micro galaxy squadrons. You found Series 11 and got Captain Rex. Oh, I don't even know who's in Series 11. Yeah, I've only had again, I don't remember what series it is. I do have a list of them. Let's try to the touch. Come on, Blue Tack, do your magic. There we have our Rey training Rey. What we could also do, now there's definitely better materials than Blue Tack for this, is we could have 3 bumps on the back of the head. Again, we've still got the layer buns on the side, but that would camouflage it a little bit. Where is Rey's hair? So one bun up about here. Would this work? Oh, no, we've lost the saber. All right. So far, Rey's going to have to sport those layer buns. Maybe we need a bit more Blue Tack. Maybe we do need more just to secure it. It's pretty strong stuff when it's used in abundance. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. It don't look like Leia, not with a blue saber. There we go. From Lego, it's 33 Aussie dollars. Also, almost for the price of 1. You can kind of tell it's Rey. I think if you know the scene that it's from, it's fairly obvious, but without context, you'd guess Leia, you'd guess Rey, probably second guess. Not bad for a character that, you know, isn't designed anything like him from the neck up. While we got the white and the black, let's try and mix a light grey top so we can get those Kylo mask bits. Have I ever thought about doing a Fortnite custom match? I looked into it when we were playing a bit of Fortnite, but it's a lot to try and maintain, especially on something like a stream. I could possibly do like a members sort of thing, but then I'm still cutting off probably most of the people that will be playing Fortnite. So I did look into it, maybe at some point, especially for May 4th, if we get some more Star Wars maps every May 4th. I have a feeling Fortnite will become the new Battlefront 2, which I feel like the last couple years Fortnite has taken the place in Battlefront 2. I didn't play Battlefront 2 this year. The servers weren't as packed on May 4th. I saw a load of complaints about how there weren't a lot of people playing it. I've mixed black everywhere. All right, this is too dark. Let's get a little bit more white. Yeah, I did see a few complaints on how empty the servers were this year, but Battlefront 2 has been declining every year. The fact that you can still play a game on it is impressive, especially after they stopped updating it. Most games just die off then and there. Battlefront 2 said, nope, we've got a few more years left. Oh, come on, don't leave any grey in the bottle. Nope, that's what I said not to do. There we go. Should have tissues on standby, but I don't. Just as long as I don't start licking the end of the paintbrush, I think we'll be all right. All right, light grey is for Kylo. And we probably should have used a thinner brush. This one's quite thick. Let's see what thinner brushes we got. Yeah, I haven't seen Series 11. I don't think I've seen Series like 10. I don't know about 9. 9's like a year ago now, innit? I've probably seen 9. But I don't think I saw the last series of Micro Galaxy Squadron. Because I know the one that I found was in a Morrison's, and that was on a clearance. And I don't think Morrison's got any series afterwards. But I haven't seen them in toy stores. Oh, that's all right. Leave that. No, I won't leave it in there, because if I spill it, I nearly knocked it over earlier. And it didn't have this much water in it. But it was enough to panic me about leaving it open. Let's see what paintbrush we can go with. World's best Emperor mug. Oh wait, this one's teeny tiny. Oh. Yeah, that's the one. Or we can get a pencil. And actually, if you are trying to paint really small details on Lego, I'd recommend using a Ninjago sword. One of the classic, not the Darksaber element, the classic Ninjago sword, because they're so thin at the point, but they're still quite, they're solid, but they're flexible enough to, I don't know how that works, but they work really well as paintbrushes. For little details and stamps, maybe. All right, Kylo Ren. Let's see what we can do. 4 lines and a little bit under the eyes. That's cut out for us. We'll do it next to the mask. That'll give us some practice at least. Ooh. Yeah, something like that. But we want it all the way around the mask. Ooh. Now Vader's got bags under his eyes. It does look like Vader's got bags under his eyes. He's a little sleepy. It actually looks like the new Big Fig. The one that's got the Family Guy reflections on it. Despite the fact Vader's eyes aren't too reflective. Not that much so. Not as much as Lego would have it. Alright. This is where the fun begins. So it doesn't go down all the way. Initially, we follow the brim. So the shaping of these lines, open my mouth too soon, shaping of these lines shouldn't be too far from the edge. Oh, we could do like an art style, like a Borderlands style Darth Vader, and just outline everything. There we go. That's our first line. All right, I'm already seeing, just looking at it, and it might be because the camera's not showing up as much. Can I maybe focus here on Vader? Are we even on? Oh, we are on. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. All right, that's locked in on Vader now. And hopefully that moves around. On your last post, you showed an update on the right side of the Ninjago city. Would I like to see a post on the left side? Yes, if that's done, share away. Let's have a look. And then I can bring up, I did have a master list of, do I still have a master list of the mystery series? Oh wait, I might have bookmarked it. Micro Galaxy, here we go. I don't even know who it was that I got this of, but it's like fan-made master list as well. It's pretty cool. All right, that's not the community. that I want? I want the YouTube community, not the American sitcom. Or is it YouTube slash? What's the shortcut? YouTube. YouTube is the shortcut. Whenever I open the community tab, this is what I'm greeted with. That's the best GIF I've ever made. It's perfect. It's beautiful. There you go. Anyone that hops in the stream, that's the first thing they're going to see. Now this is difficult because we need to maintain that black space and also not make this line too thick, which I wouldn't say it's too thick, but let's just say it's not thin right now. Yeah, this line, oh, you know what? I think I'm recovering. Just a little more to come down. And for Kylo's saber, because Vader's only has, okay, we've flattened it out on top. That's nice. That gets rid of the Vader bell shape. We just need to bring it down the side a bit more. Ah, too wide. With acrylic paint, you can use your now or something quite solid to push the paint inwards, which makes it easier if you slip. Hey. So for Vader, maybe looking at the actually, I will bring up the Micro Galaxy. It's the Squadron series. I think like Lego are called CMFs. Micro Galaxy is the brand, and I'm pretty sure the mystery boxes are called Squadrons, like the video game, because they're all speeder bikes and small ships. Yes, go on, go on, go on. I'm noticing compared to my first lot, my hand is definitely a lot steadier. Not steady, steadier. So I don't know if this is helping, or if it's not. Did anyone see that fly just fly by? I made the mistake of having doors and windows open today, so we've got company. Must smell nice in here. Oh. There we go. All right. This is just like putting on Lego stickers, how quiet and focused I get. Hopefully this is an entertaining stream. All right, let's have a look at the west wing of Ninjago City then. If you do want to share any of your posts or that to the community, feel free to. Oh yes, these secret making takes. Yes. I see. This was the right side, so the east side is coming. All right, this is the DC's Ultimate Micro Galaxy Squadron Guide. It's a fan-made thing. This isn't official. I think these are quite official images used at the start, but then as they reveal them, it's similar to Hasbro. They reveal a lot of these on streams. So the later images are just taken from reveal streams and official announcements and different images that have been shared relating to it. So who knows, maybe there's an announcement you've missed. I don't see a lot of people speaking about the Micro Galaxy Squadron series. And by the looks, Squadron isn't the name of the mystery series, it's the name of the lot because this is series 1. So Micro Galaxy. Are there other Micro Galaxy lines? And are they Star Wars or are they like Star Trek and everything else? I assume they're Star Wars based. I know there was another company coming out with some micro ships and that, and they looked good, but I don't think they lasted as long, because if there's already one micro company, not just micro company, I suppose you got like Lego and a load of the others. Technically Hasbro as well, with their Black Series figures. But if there's already a company that specifies in these sort of micros, it'd be hard to compete on the market, and especially with the license. They'd probably choose the company that not only has been first, but also is making the more money. Which does make sense. As opposed to like dropping them for a newer company. Not always, but a lot of the time. There are so many other niches out there. Can we go all the way? Perfect. Here is our Kylo Ren. This is how Kylo Ren used to dress up before he got his own suit. Just with Vader's helmet. I said about filling in the bottom with black. Good thing we cleaned the end of that. Especially the bottom of the mask. Kind of trying to just get a thick coat of paint. Don't think we need all of that paint. We want it to dry at some point. But we don't want Vader's mask shining through. Yeah. That'll be good. Maybe even sand off some of the edges. We haven't modified the builds of any of these. And I think that is quite nice, not having to. Well, hold on, the belt. The belt is shining through. No, thank you. Go, go, go. Second coat needed for you. And there we have our Kylo Ren at home. Let's get that on the big screen before we talk about the squadrons. Kylo Ren at home. Black suit with that Kylo head printing around the head. And we also have our Rey at home. I actually love these. These are so... Like, you can tell... I think you can kind of tell that that's meant to be Rey. Because Leia never wore anything that dark. Until Rey did, really. And then... it also looks like skeleton Vader. You could do a little skeleton on Vader. That would be cool. But that is our Kylo Ren with the 4 head stripes. It's based off this sort of mask design. We could have got thinner and closer. That would have been best. But we've got the grey underbags, and then actually I think there's 5 grey lines, but one's hidden. So we've got our 4 grey lines on the top of the helmet. And Vader's eyes as well. Maybe we had a little black across the nose. Seal the deal. And the saber. Yeah, so Kylo Ren by the looks has his saber out back. But there is that cross guard. We could get a little Lego and weave that in. It's our Kylo Ren Darth Vader. Perfect. 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 Yeah, conics I'm not too sure about. I'll get an image up of conics. Actually, I might get an image up on the other window. What conics are we going to go with? This is series 1, which I didn't really know too much about. I got in with series 3, I think. What are they even? Is this series 2? Speeder bike with Princess Leia. Series 2 I got in. So this is the only one I've got so far, number 25. Series 2, was it that long ago? I want to know how long. Thankfully they're not dated, but I feel like that might have been a while ago. So we've got some Series 1 and Series 2 to unbox, some Day 1 editions, launch editions as well. Which, this can't be too long ago, because they're Cobb Vanth speeders, Mando speeders. We've got, is that Ahsoka? Image isn't too great a quality, mind you. We've got Maul, we've got IG as well. That's Ahsoka with a Joban T85 speeder. That'd be a good speeder to get as well. Actually, I kind of want the Scout Bike speeder. Out of all of these, I want the Ahsoka speeder, the Cobb Vanth speeder would be cool. Or the Endor speeder, because that would go with Leia. In Series 2, I don't want the Leia one. Unless I can paint like a Luke. They're very similar. Conics is in basically this color. Oh, it's this color. Yeah, basically this color. Sometimes with sleeves, sometimes without sleeves. And then brown, like a dark brown. Yeah, dark brown trousers, silver belt buckle, but a brown belt. What about this uniform though? Like the Force Awakens style uniform. Or we do have a jacket. Maybe this is a bit too free-flowing for Conics. Oh no, we could do... So this color looks a little darker than that. Maybe we splash a little dark green into here. That will be for the top, with the belt being brown, and then brown legs underneath. And then Conics can keep the hair. She does have the layer buns, which is cool. Blue, yes. Should we try blue, black, and yellow? We've got some black. We're getting some yellow. We'll add some blue to it. Maybe that will be the sort of... Looks like a dark tan. Maybe that will be the sort of color we need for this. We've got our ochre yellow, which is my favorite of the yellows. Let's get a little bit out of that. And then we've got, where did this come from here? Let's get a little bit of blue. Pre-Vizsla probably this blue. So we'll make sure we use it up. We're not going to waste no paints. Cerulean. Cerulean? Cerulean. Cerulean. Cerulean? Cerulean. 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 It's definitely cerulean. Cerulean sounds like some sort of medicine. It's got that sort of ring to it. Cerulean. Buy cerulean now. All the colours we're mixing. Ah, it looks unpleasant. It's like soggy chocolate. Blue, black, and yellow. So we got a little bit of black over there. Let's... Oh, I should have gone yellow first. Grab some yellow. Grab a bit of blue. Let's see what it makes. It looks like it's making a dark green. It's not. It's making the blue version of whatever that is that we want. It is a green. It's like an olive green. Don't know if I'll be able to hold this up to the camera. It's that blur. Definitely an olive green. That camera's not going to focus. We won't mess around with that. Maybe a little bit more, actually, rather than dark green, maybe a little bit more ochre yellow. Oh, we've got some out already. Will be perfect for this. Because we definitely want it more yellow than green. Let's see. No, this is still very much a green. We want it more yellow. Let's break a little bit off. Yes. It's got that hint of green. Should have kept a bit on from before. That's what we want. It's yellow with a hint of green. So close. But the olive green, I wasn't expecting that. Not from the black. I expected a dark, like a solid green, blue and yellow. Maybe it's because the ochre yellow, but that's already a dark yellow. So how that made olive green, I am not an artist, so I cannot tell you. Maybe a little normal yellow. So the ochre yellow must have given it that sandy tint. If you got rid of, you could see the normal yellow is closer to the Oh wait, it should be closer to the green side of things. So whereas sand green is somewhere between green and yellow, the more of this yellow we add, the closer to this green it gets. Hopefully that makes sense. But this, it's like a, I don't know how to describe the color. It is exactly what I'm seeing on screen. Maybe a little bit, maybe a bit blue. I think this is in the shadow though. This is on the inside of that planet in The Force Awakens. Oh, it begins with a D. It's Dakar. Is that one that came to Fortnite last May 4th, I think it was. Dakar doesn't sound right. Why doesn't Dakar sounds like something else? It's not Dakar. It's not Dakar. There were cars in Fortnite. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about Dakar. Was Dakar in Andor? Although saying that, yeah, that planet that was in The Force Awakens was in Andor as well. Ooh. Careful around the hands. Maybe it is Dakar, but maybe that's why I'm questioning it, because it showed up in Andor. Also, Star Wars didn't do the trivia thing for Andor. I don't remember seeing it, because they did for Mando. Maybe I missed it for Andor. I remember seeing it for every Mando series. That's where I got most of my behind the scenes facts from. But not for Andor, and I don't remember reading up on it for, like, I think Ahsoka did, but Book of Boba, some of the other shows and that. Bad Batch did actually. That's where I got some of the Bad Batch names from. Same with Maul. I think Uncle Darky we knew, but we didn't know the full name. They might have hidden it in a wanted poster somewhere. All right, we'll need a second coat of that. While we wait, let's get some brown. The post is up. Awesome. Let's have a little look. Hit it with a refresh. Creator post. Oh, wait, I'm the creator. Oh, I see. The left side. Ooh. Ooh. I don't recognize that sort of figure. That looks like one of the Alien Conquest alien heads. Tiny apartment for an elf. Just called the elf an alien. My bad. Police station, prison cell with an escape slide, and a small rooftop garden. I like the garden. The couch. If your Lego parts ever arrive, been there. The Explorers Club building. Surprised we didn't get an Explorers Club, an actual modular thing. I don't know if it's been a part of any of these sort of sets, but we haven't got a full-on Explorers Club, because the amount of references they could hide, Lego could hide in an Explorers Club is more than they've got in these sets. And these Ninjago sets as sets. Oh, wait. The slide under the cell for a sneaky getaway. Are they jumping in the toilet? This is a toilet bowl right here. Are they going through? Is that a sewer pipe? Oh, that's a sewer pipe. Look at the sludge in the back. Oh no. The smarts have the leaves move out the way. Never seen the elves though. It would be awesome to get an Explorers Club, especially with Frack's dad, so we can finally get a piece for it, a headpiece. But again, customs kind of the way to go for it. Oh, so the slide is round. Wait, so that's there, and the slide comes round and out the back. I can see it. Nice support for this. Oh, coming together then. Coming together quite nicely. Love to see it. We'll work through the rest of these, I'm sure, the squadrons, when we get round to unboxing the ones that we've got. But for now, I don't even think for brown I have to... Oh, I should probably wet the brush a little bit so it don't dry out. There's a piece missing! A piece missing! Lego's getting too realistic. Yeah, with the sewers. Suppose you can actually flush some chocolate down it as well. Just like the... Was that... No, that wasn't a Ninjago set. That was a castle that had the toilet that you could flush, and... That's a nice use of the hanger piece, but... I don't like the consistency of this paint. It's too thick, it's too chocolatey. After that conversation. Why? Why? Why so chocolatey? Oh, because we ain't painted the hair. This will be easy. Bought those two elves at a brick festival. Thought they'd look good in Ninjago City. They fit. They fit very well because of all the different species. I love... If there's one thing that draws me to a fantasy world, it is diversity. It's not what you think of diversity. It's not the it's not the dance group, not diversity the dance group. I don't think they've been in Star Wars yet, but all the different species and just the diversity of creatures that you see, because it makes sense for a fantasy world. Sometimes there are conflicts regarding such, but for the most part, they'd just be so diverse where they're traveling. You've got all these different people coming together. It's nice to see. It is nice to see, especially for movies, well, shows where you've got just a background filled with countless species. One of my favorite things about Return of the Jedi is just how many, in the whole Jabba's sail barge scene and at Jabba's palace, how many aliens they fit. Because a lot of the ones in A New Hope are suited and booted. You've got like astronauts and that, but you see so many of them up close in Return of the Jedi. Same with the arena in Attack of the Clones and just the Jedi throughout. You see so many different species. It adds so much to the story. Lion Knight's Castle, that's the one with the brown frog under the drop-down toilet. And you can pass a few other brown elements through it. They're the sort of play features that Castle and City sets are getting, and then Star Wars is... We got the smart brick. We do got the smart brick in Star Wars. I wonder if they'll add toilet flushing sound effects to City sets with the smart brick. Oh. That's the one thing missing from City. The diversity. They've gone with the yellow head to make it feel more diverse. But that's kind of like Star Wars giving everyone a white skin tone just because it's their thing. Like, it doesn't make it any better, because what the yellow face teaches kids essentially is, you know, if you don't look like everyone else, then that's a bit weird. Everyone in Lego City is yellow. Everyone looks like each other, but the realistic implication isn't. Now, the problem is yellow is almost like yellow's the closest primary color to a skin tone. It's yellow, it's the brightest one. There's no one that's red, green, blue, except for the Blue Man group. There's not a lot of people that have colored skin that haven't dyed it and accidentally permanently tainted the color of their skin. Which probably happens more than you think, especially with so many of these shows coming out with colourful aliens. You got to read the label before you use it. Always read the instructions. Do as I say, not as I do. I would definitely not read the instructions. But that's why I'm going to end up with green skin in a few years. Green skin, I don't know. Maybe Yoda. A bad Yoda cosplay later. Alright, last little bit of the belt. Oh, I've got something on the neck. How? That must have been there from earlier. A flat red see-through. Flat red see-through. Gonna give another coat to the torso just to get it the right color. I think we've left the easy paints to today. I also want to look at doing the Boba Fett. I said about painting Boba. I'm thinking of maybe decaling the torso so that we can get the details on there. But if I can find a sand green that can go over the CMF, the Boba CMF, then we can at least start the undercoat. Yeah, it was this one. I wasn't sure if this was the right shade or if this was the greeny one. At least the first coat dried well enough for another. Sometimes it doesn't and you're either smudging it around or pulling it off. That's not good. You'd say the good thing about yellow faces is it allows you to imagine yourself as a minifigure. That's true. That is true. I like the fact they haven't gone with realistic flesh tones. That's nice. You can't argue against that. Because they couldn't pick. Every single minifigure that comes out would be, if they did use realistic flesh tones, every single figure would not apply to so many people. And Lego's global. They can't afford to leave any kids out. But I'd also like a few more colors in the mix. I feel like Lego isn't the only, not shades of yellow. We don't want shades. We don't want lighter, darker. I do kind of want more. We've got a few blues. We've got, where were they? Because they were on the they were on the Builder Mini in store. We did get a few blues. I think they're Christmas. We get some frozen blues. So see, it does have a few different colors. They're just not used as much. And then again, are they going to be as common as yellow? Or are we introducing... I don't want to introduce minorities into Lego, because that's the good thing. Yellow works for everyone. All right, nice. Maybe a little more under the arm. Yeah. Okay, and there is an orange logo. Actually, it's brown. A brown Rebel logo on the left lapel, which is somewhere around here. Yeah, that'll do. A little more on the left, maybe. And a little line in the middle. Kind of looks like a heart. But let's put conics back on the base so we can stop covering her face. Oh. Oh. Come on, come on. Yeah, oh, okay, I tried to press it in. Of course the paint comes off. There we go. And there's our conics. That does look so much so like conics. Oh, it's a little bit of white on the feet. All right, so there's our sequel trilogy figures. I think we move on to prequel. We've got Pre-Vizsla. I think we go with Pre-Vizsla and Bo-Katan. I think making a little Bo-Katan would be fun. We'd have to switch up the visor a little bit. We could get the paint to work. And then we've got one more original trilogy Vader. Tesco didn't have any Kinder eggs. Oh no. Oh no. Now I had to make black. Yellow, red and blue. Yellow, red and blue makes brown. It makes a very dark brown the more colors you add. But yeah, you can't mix black. Well, no, I can't say you can't mix black. You probably could if you mixed enough paint together. It would come so close you wouldn't be able to tell. But red in paints, yellow, red and blue makes brown. I think for black, you'd want to go with a yellow, pink, and would it be like a green? Would it be a green? No, a yellow, pink and blue. Yellow, pink, and blue, I think, would be a little closer. Pre-Vizsla. Pre-Vizsla is a bluish grey, so if we get some more blue over to this... Wait, which grey? We're out of grey. Right, white and black make grey. Yep, nice dark grey, and then get some light blue in there. That might be too much. No. No, it's not. We'll leave a bit of light on the outside. This is the sort of blue that I was going for. And then we've got silver knee pads, armor all over. We'll go with grey. Grey helmet. We do have 3 yellow, almost like the Rebel logo on the front of the head. You know what I mean. And then a design of sorts on the torso. Don't know the importance of that design. But the rest is dark blue, whereas Bo-Katan is a lighter blue. I'm noticing the Mandos are very blue and grey. Especially the prequel Mandos. Very blue, very grey. We have Jango Fett, blue and grey. We have Pre-Vizsla, blue and grey. We also have Paz Vizsla, blue and grey. That kind of tracks though with the Vizslas. Death Watch, blue and grey. Bo-Katan, blue and grey. And that's shoulders 2 here. What about backpack? Backpack is light grey. The reason that the reason that mixing all the colours doesn't make black is with paints. The colours are the colours don't layer as much. The colours are absent of other colours. So if you look at, I think it's cyan, it's cyan, it's magenta and yellow. Cyan, magenta and yellow are the paint colours that you can then make most paints using them. Because magenta is the absence, oh, let's think here. Magenta must be the absence of, or is it green? Because cyan, magenta, yellow, they must be the absence of each other. Or are they the absence of, like, red and green is magenta? The absence of blue and red is yellow. And the absence of yellow and green, no, that sounds like magenta. Cyan must be yellow and red, must be cyan. I don't remember the exact pattern. But then it's different for science, because science is blue, red and yellow, because then yellow and red make orange, yellow and blue make green, blue and red make purple, and it's a continuous wheel. But it depends who you ask, and even then you've got some areas that will accept like green over yellow. It depends on the colors that you're talking about and how the colors are being used as to which are the primary colors. Are just the main colors needed. They're the main colors needed for that area, and not everyone uses red, yellow and blue, which is why red, yellow and blue, yeah, which is why red, yellow and blue don't make black for paints. But if you were to mix them for science, you'd probably be told either that or white. I think science, black is the absence of color, and then in paint, white is the absence. Typically, because you know, canvas, but even then, white is one of the least pure colors, especially in Lego and plastics. White has to be so diluted and dyed, because it's the easiest color to paint or to dye, but it's one of the hardest colors to make. Like, you wouldn't be able to turn this Boba into a pure white Boba Fett unless you just covered them in layers of paint. because trying to dye them would just be too hard. You'd have to remix the plastic, which is a lot harder than it sounds, even though it sounds pretty hard, which is why we're sticking to paint. Oh look, we can even get a little bit of the neck. Yeah, there we go. That was the most satisfying part for Django, and it's probably the most satisfying part here. Pre-Vizsla's got a grey belt as well, just grey everything. Everything's grey, inside and out. Grey shoes, grey knees, grey arms. Nope, not grey arms. Not grey shoulders either. Sometimes blue, sometimes light blue maybe. This shot of Pre-Vizsla I've got kind of goes with a darker grey for the helmet. That would look cool because we've already got Django Fett, who's a shinier, lighter grey. And Bo-Katan, I think her armor would be lighter. I think going with a darker grey right now is what we need. I think we've got a little bit of black around. What acrylic paints should you mix to make a good Lego sand green colour? If you find out a better mix, let us know. I'm thinking, all right, a green, a typical green. Oh no, I've just put that back in the paint. Green and yellow, but you'll also want some white because you'll wanna thin it out a bit. So I think you go with a bright green. Not the brightest yellow. If you've got like a slightly less bright yellow, green, yellow, and white. The values, I don't know. I have this good ability sometimes that I mix paints, and the values that I mix, I don't weigh, I don't really measure. I eyeball everything up, and that goes with cakes as well. Which is, you know, sometimes not the best thing to do. Again, do as I say, not as I do. Instructions are there for a reason. I use about as many instructions outside of Lego as I do inside of Lego. There's a healthy splodge of black. Okay, that's a lot. Oh wait, oh, I've put it straight into the white. At least we've got some homemade grey. Could I do red to orange, which is the same orange? You think red and to orange would be the same orange? Or two of the same orange? That would create like a cross between. I don't think we need oranges. We've got Pre-Vizsla, we've got Bo-Katan, Vader. We still need a custom for Vader. Oh, Moon! Lego order just arrived! Shipping box partially crushed. Why are shipping boxes getting crushed so much? We'll get onto that in a minute. What did you get? Oh, that's dark. Let's bring some white back. Whoa, that's dark. Whoa, that's crazy dark. Let's just scrape up all the white we can. There's a little bit there, actually. Yeah, that orange is dry. How dark is that? That is a dark grey. Maybe that will bring out the light blues and the light yellows more. One set box inside partially crushed. I don't know. You might be able to get a few points back from Lego. Might be worth bringing it up. They do have a really good customer service. Yeah, that does suck when the box is crushed because a lot of Lego orders I do think are for gifts. And there is, I don't mind getting a crushed set as a gift. You know, I'm going to open the box anyway, but I understand when giving gifts, you're not going to want to give a crushed box. So might be worth contacting them. I don't really know what they'd be able to do about it though. It's mainly down to the delivery, isn't it? But Lego might be able to claim, you know, a little bit back off that. Not that they need the money. Not at all, but hey, maybe that's how we get cheaper Star Wars sets. Like, if it was a UCS set in a bigger box, it'd probably be a bigger problem. because something has to go really wrong to crush one of those size boxes. Hey. May take it to a Lego store and exchange it. That's a good idea. That is a good idea, because then Lego store will probably do a crushed box discount. I haven't seen any of those in any UK stores. I don't know if that's something you've got to ask. It's like a secret menu of crushed boxes. Or if the Lego store workers probably get a crushed box discount. They would see it before the rest of us do. What's pre-Vizsla's? Oh, light grey, yeah. Light grey visor. Well, black visor, but light grey around the side of it. Might need to use a little brush for that, because this is not going to be accurate enough. Whoa. Aha. I do wonder with delivery now, because a lot of people do order delivery rather than going in person. I wonder how many stores try and get away with shipping out broken boxes. When the outer box is damaged, it is a giveaway that it's probably the delivery driver. But I wonder if any stores do try to... Oh, Smiths. Have Smiths damaged the box? Smiths do usually arrive beat up, but I think their packaging's pretty good for the outer box is damaged, but the inner box isn't. I don't remember. The fact that I got Lego makes me forget about any of that. I've forgiven them for any box they've crushed. Oh, hold on. Wasn't the box that the salvage came in had a little something in it? The salvage box, pristine condition because of how it was packed from Lego, but there was a little, was it the salvage box, or was it like the box that was on 3PO? Again, both boxes were fine, but one of the outer boxes that it was wrapped in, that had like a puncture mark in. Something arrived the other day with a screw in the bottom of it. That was the first time seeing that. Not the freebie that I want. A screw. Imagine that in a glass display or something. Especially like something that needs screws. This didn't need screws, but something that needs screws like a unit. Imagine just having a screw going straight into the glass. How does that happen? Lego set ain't bad. Screw in the box. Just an extra piece. Alright, there we have our Vizsla kneecaps is what I'm missing. In grey. I got some tiny kneecaps. Teeny tiny kneecaps. And a little bit more blue. A little bit more blue on the hand. Oh yeah, that's a nice shade. So we got light bluish grey round the visor. Yellow going up. And a blue something on the torso. Oh, yes, so Smiths in store. Smiths do have like a clearance section. It's not always damaged boxes. And I think they've moved it. I forgot to check it last time. But they do have a clearance section. And I got the Firehawk, Crimson Firehawk. Actually, I think I might have got both sets on clearance there. For a really good, like over half price off, possibly even like, I don't remember the price. It was a really good deal. It weren't long after release. Yeah, that was nuts. I wasn't expecting to pick up anything, and I come out with the Young Jedi Adventures set, which I quite liked. Still haven't watched season 3 at all though, so clearly I didn't like it enough, huh? Didn't like it enough to watch the new series. Could we make this any brighter, any whiter? Is there any white laying around? I think this is the last of it. That's a bit brighter. I think it's the dark grey. It's not going to show up too hard. You can see the blue a little bit. That's what we're going for. Shipment changed hands from UPS to the US Postal Service. So, yeah, oh yeah, there's no finding out. And it's going to be back and forth as well. Got the Star Wars logo. That's the crushed one. At least the Darksaber's okay. That's a box that more peeps would probably want to keep. Star Wars logo, though. That's a box that looks good because it is the Star Wars logo. But at least the Lego bricks on the inside, even if they did get crushed in transit, they will be like, you could put so much weight on a Lego box. I suppose I could paint on the main screen so I get a closer look. As long as I'm showing off what I'm doing. I don't suppose many people building along or painting along with this. Yeah, it takes a lot to crush a Lego set. Also, I said about using the smaller paintbrush. I don't know why I didn't switch. This is so hard to stay within the lines. The fly just sat on my thumb. I'll let it out in a minute. This is going to need a second coat, but the light grey was a good choice because it sets it apart from the dark grey. You can't, oh, you can kind of see it. It's definitely going to need a second coat of that light grey though. That is, it's the red underneath. The red underneath really thins it out. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some more grey, mix it up. And almost a Vespa. Oh, that Vespa was like 50% off and I was so close to picking it up, but I couldn't justify it. That would have been a decent build. Don't know where to put it. I probably would have parted it out. And at that point, am I really saving money if I'm parting out the set? Like, sure, the parts are probably a bit cheaper than they would have been, but would I have got the parts if I didn't pick up the set on sale? That's where Lego catch me out. Buying sets that I don't need because I can get them cheaper. Yeah. The best thing about gift cards though, you can then excuse that. What do we need? Oh, grey for the grey, white for the grey even, and this, yes, dilutes some of that black. Let's clean off that white. You got 2 Mando and Grogu crowns from Burger King. Awesome. I do like the Mando crown. I don't think I've seen it's, wait, there's the Burger King crown. Oh, the Mando crown! It's on the Stormtrooper. That's the Mando Burger King crown. I don't think I've seen themed burger. Maybe I have. Maybe I've just not paid attention. Because if they've got themed crowns, they've probably got themed other things. I don't think I remember any themed Burger King crowns though. Besides Star Wars. Star Wars is fresh in the memory. All right, this should be easier. Oh, look at that, look at that. Look at that, it wasn't easy. And it's not perfect yet. Dry to the touch. But it's getting on there. That's what I thought. I do feel like Lego Star Wars is missing that collaborative aspect. A lot of Star Wars figures recently, even IG. Where are we with the IG head in the advent calendar? Because I'm back and forth. They had a huge Mandalorian cutout. Nice. Was it similar to the one that we saw when we went to the Lego store? That was cool. But the Burger King crown is a Burger King crown with Mando's mask printed on it. A lot of the Lego pieces aren't Lego pieces. They've got a Lego connection in them. And like the IG head is custom, but the Lego brick was Lego. This new IG head isn't a Lego brick. Kind of the same with Grogu. The fact that Grogu doesn't use just your average baby mold. Grogu's always got a specialized element. Maybe that's something that they've deemed important because of how much the Mando sets are making. They can give specialized elements that make it harder to create customs. Let's thicken this side up a little bit. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, because Vizsla's got a thinner mask than Boba Fett. It surprises me how long that IG head has been. Oh wait, I'm just colouring the whole thing in. No, let's not do that. With how long the IG head is, it surprises me they changed it. Because I always say the B1 battle droid has been around for so long, Lego could never change it just because of, it's a classic. If they change the B1 battle droid, it just wouldn't be a good sign because they'd be able to change anything. And that's not, as collectors, we don't want the same character in a million different styles. We want consistency so we can army build over the years. The fact that you could pick up a droid battle pack today and it would pair up with the very first droid battle pack 25 years ago is impressive. That's not something that a load of companies can say. Lego was so ahead of their time that it still works. And price-wise, not too shabby either. Not to say you could pick it up for a decent price today. It probably sells sealed for a lot of money. But if Lego was still selling them, you could pick it up for a decent price. All right, there we go. There's the mask for Vizsla. Oh, is it because we've covered the bottom middle? Should this be black all the way to the bottom? Yes. Yes, it should. A little wider. Yes. Okay. That's what Vizsla should look like. And 3 yellow stripes on the helmet. Finish bag 3. Nice. How many bags is the ATTE? And straight up the middle. And then 2 rounded. Again, very rebel. And come out the middle, almost. Oh, out of paint. Oh, that's way too much. All right, there's 1, there's 2. Might need to center it, so I'll space this one out a bit more. We can always thicken them up. Hey, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Still don't, I need to search how many bags are in the salvage, but I also kind of want it to be a surprise. Hey, there we go. Yeah, maybe the armor being lighter would have shown through the blue, but Vizsla is that very dark in the shadow sort of character. That works for Vizsla. That's how I see Vizsla. I should have done these without reference images and see how close I would have got to him. Ooh, left the water open. Dangerous. Living life on the edge. There's our pre-Vizsla. Not bad. Very dark. We definitely need a brighter Mando. We've got, I think it's got to be Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan's just such an important figure. Bo-Katan Kryze. Very dark, similar armor, especially from the neck down to pre-Vizsla. Could do Gar Saxon, could do Rook Cast. We don't have a Maul, we don't have a Grievous, we don't have a Dooku, we don't basically have anyone. But Rook Cast is quite dark. We could do a dark red Rook Cast, or like, I don't want to do Gar Saxon, because Gar Saxon weren't really anybody. Like, Gar Saxon was mainly there for the nod to Rebels. I think Rook Cast, yeah, in light of Maul, I think we get a Rook Cast in there. Or, No, Rookcast would be quite good. Gar Saxon's also got the helmet spikes, which that's hard to do. Rookcast didn't initially. I don't know if she did in Maul. I think she did in the comics, but I don't really remember Maul. Nice rounded off helmet, a few arrows on the top. This is what Rookcast looked like. This is Clone Wars, I believe. You can see we've got the black undertone, but then we've got the shoulders, which are dark red. More burgundy than dark red. A few little yellow details, we've got to capture those. And the armor isn't perfect for Rook compared to Boba's. I mean, we could just paint up the sides. We are painting this. That would work. And then for Vader, who can we do for Vader from preferably the original trilogy, though I'm not too hell-bent on the idea. I'm open to suggestions. We got black, let's start there, because we can always mix red into it. Yeah, all the way down to the feet. I can't remember if this is, yeah, this is the good black. I can already tell by applying it. Perhaps we give a base coat, because it's dark red. If we give a base coat of black, especially on the helmet, that red part's meant to be black. Oh, actually the helmet might make it difficult. Because we're not doing the same armor as Boba, I'm going to go over the body with a base coat of black. Also means we're not missing any gaps, any silver peeking through. Maybe this isn't that black. This is a bit thinner. And then we'll go over in like a burgundy dark red color. Once we know everything's been filled. I was hoping Rookcast would have some wider implication to the universe than she ended up having, but you know, what can you do? Star Wars knew they were going to do that from the start. They knew where they were going. Meeny, meeny, miny. Is that on full? Yeah, there we go. And when we go over with the other colour, we can switch it up. Get some dark red. Wind the gap. And then add some yellow details. That's going to be the funnest part right at the end. Especially Django, light grey blue. Previslav, dark grey blue. Rookcast, black, dark red, but then you've got the brighter yellows. It will stand out next to the pair. Or we could have got some little blue tack horns to paint. It is. It is funny having the choice how you want to die. I don't suppose many people are asked that, or like given some choice on how to do it. They're just told, oh, do it this way. But that's the good thing with movies and shows now. The fact that actors are getting involved. It's always been the case that actors go on to become directors, producers. It's not too dissimilar, because it'd be like footballers managing a football team. You wouldn't want someone coaching you that had no experience. That would just be wrong. It does not make sense. You need that experience so that you know what they're they know what they're talking about. So to have more actors, not just physical voice actors, the lot, and actresses in control, seem like the natural step. Oh, we've got rounded off. I think I am gonna paint the black, and then we've got an orange visor. Yeah, if I do the black first, I'll be able to tell the difference between one coat and the main tee. Especially if I just dabble a bit of paint over the whole lot, because then I can see where the undercoat has changed. Yeah, perfect. Helmet, I'm not as fast. It's mainly dark red. And then we got like the black stripe on the top. But we'll let that dry. Start looking at Darth Vader or Boba Fett. Let's... Vader. Let's get Vader variants. Very ants. Vader very ants. Oh, we could do a gingerbread Darth Vader. Oh, we could. We could do Santa Claus Vader, Samurai Vader. We are leaning towards gingerbread Vader. We could do a burnt Vader, electrocuted Vader, skeleton Vader, Vader with different buttons, Rainbow Vader. There we go. One of the old Hasbro toys. Force Ghost Vader. I am leaning towards gingerbread Darth Vader. We'll get a nice gingerbread color going for that. But first, yes, Boba Fett. We need a Boba Fett color for our Lego Boba Fett. And I think what I'll do for this Boba is get a torso decal. We do want some Boba balls at the bottom. I might have to print that separate on a little decal section. And then maybe a bit of armor on the back. But for the most part, just a... Also, how are we going to do the inside? Oh, we've got an idea for that. I think we have Boba's sand green. We could do grey around the bottom, because Boba's jumpsuit is grey, and then we get the armor on top. But grey's going to look boring. I think we colour this whole thing sand green, and then we have the little viewfinder up the top. What we could do is get like a visor shape. The visor's going to be hard to do unless we do a visor on the back, because the visor could get a bit of gold up the side. So we've got... hold on. We've got the armor, which would be on a grey, and then we have the green top. Oh, I like that idea. So we'll have a grey body, the green top, and then the dark grey top bit. One thing you're not a big fan of is the growing increase of celebrity actors taking over voice actor roles. I think it's how they're used, isn't it? Because a celebrity cameo is nice, especially for a show, not just from publicity. It probably does help quite a bit with publicity. Right, that's a nice dark, like gunmetal grey. But it's also nice to see, yeah, people that wouldn't usually voice act in that. But if your whole cast is just a bunch of names, chances are, unless it's just a, I suppose it'd be called a fan servicey movie, I don't think the movie's going to be as good, because you get distracted when you see someone you recognize. Yeah, big names and actors is fair enough, because voice actors is a specialty line of work. But I also think gatekeeping can then do the opposite. And then if you don't allow anyone else to be a voice, like there's certain degrees. I agree. I agree though. You can't just have famous face and it work. They have to be good. They have to be good. And I mean, Mark Hamill is an actor, I suppose probably known for Star Wars above all else, but he can voice act. His Joker is amazing. If you have another Boba figure, you could make him into Cobb Vanth. Now I want another Boba. Another Boba CMF. I can do a Mando as well. I could do a Mando. Boba would work better because it's Boba's armor. Maybe I put this on Cobb Vanth. Maybe that's a good idea. Yellow, green. I said white, didn't I? We're trying to go for that sand green Boba color. Let's just do yellow and green and see where we need to go from here. All right. Definitely lighter Let's get a bit more yellow. Bit more yellow. Heavy on the yellow. A little bit more green. And then we'll make it lighter. A nice little bubble of paint there. Oh, careful of the grey. Gonna need another white. There's a little bit there. Might be all it takes. It was like seeing Jack Black as a former Imperial warlord in the Mando. That episode was alright because they got 3 big cameos in one, and they're all actors. 3 big cameos in one episode. But if the next episode would have introduced 3 more celebs, pulls you straight out of it, and it's hard to watch then. It does become a bit hard to watch. It's too jarring seeing him in Star Wars as a former Imperial warlord. A recovered Imperial warlord. Oh, that was a funny episode. It was so so all over the place though. And they also got, so you had the actors and the celebs in them. You had the voice of Grievous returning for the battle droids. The voice of the battle droids as well. You had a ton of droids that hadn't been seen in a while, including like Rex from the Disney parks. That was, even outside of those celebs, that was so all over the place in references and different things they brought up. Everyone, even if you didn't know those faces, you knew something. You knew something, and that's got to have been a little trivia fact for Lego. All right, this isn't sandy blue. There's sandy green. I want to add a little bit of blue. Just a little. Oh, we've still got blue. Yes, we do. A little bit of blue. Don't know if that's... It's getting closer. Did we go too blue with it now? Yes, we went too blue. Still not there yet. Maybe we need even more yellow. Because yellow's taking us in... No, we're getting further. Maybe we were too far to begin with. Let's green it back up. Make it lighter. Maybe a splash, a little splash of pink. I think that was Lizzo's first role. First cameo. Wow, for Star Wars. That's something. So that was the celebrity cameo. Then you had the well-known actors in, I'd say Jack Black's an actor among many things. Yeah, so a little bit of pink. But it still needs to be... I think yellow is the way. What if we just overdose yellow? Nope, too far, but we're onto something. That was way too much green. Oh, I ruined it. We're not onto anything. I think we needed a little bit of blue. It needs to be colder. It needs to be colder. Are there any, of course, we've got actors like Sigourney Weaver, who I think is known for other roles, not particularly of my generation, I wouldn't say. But then again, I don't speak for my generation. What do I know? I just haven't seen the movies we were in. Yes, blue. Blue. No, this is too dark. Oh, this is quite hard. I thought we found a perfect mix for it first time, and it's quite simple. It is a lighter shade. Still not there yet. What if we mix up the green or the yellow? Let's add a bit of gold into it. Eventually, we're either going to end up with boba green or brown. Let's Let's suck a bit of that up. That was too much. Come on. Oh, I like what that did. Yeah, I think we're there. A little bit lighter. Let's try a little bit of yellow. Just need a little bit of white. And we've got it. So hopefully you were following along with that. Basically, darker yellow and some white. Which you'd think darker yellow and white would make the brighter yellow. Maybe we didn't add enough, maybe we added too much. Why is this being so awkward? Ah! Right, white, add it to the shopping list. Oh, brighter than that. We might need a lot of this white. Bit. Oh no, wow. Whoa, that looks different on the camera. Wait, why does that look so... I thought we were getting close. That looks so close, but no, this needs blue. Little bit of dark blue, little bit of dark blue. You know those videos where they just smack up the paint on the canvas and then they get the perfect match? That's what I'm going for. The perfect match. We're quite a ways off. Yes. Okay. Need to make it lighter again. But that's why we got all this white. Mixing this much green at once as well. We could have done little bits and replicated it. Yeah, we're getting there. A lot lighter though. I've not been on my A game with paint today. Let's bring in that light green. Right, still need it a little lighter, but I think we've gone too far from yellow. No worries. You finished your Jedi Vader? Mando and Grogu, awesome. It's so fun painting up these customs because then you end up with literally one of one fix you can't buy. Money cannot buy. Money cannot buy these Star Wars customs. There's a title if I've ever heard one. Yellow. Not just it. But we are pulling a little away from the blue here. Right. Before we add any more paint, what do we need? I think that's a decent Boba. Wait. Boba's helmet does have dark green patches. Yeah, that needs to be a little lighter. Do a little splash on the helmet. I didn't think of how it's going to react with the pink. Oh, that looks close. Is it because they're separated though? Is it because they're separated and there's a bit of pink between them? Is that why it looks close? It's not perfect. I think the Boba one is just a duller color. We might have mixed too much, and silver underneath would have been cool to have scratched it up. Oh, because this is like the cap of the Boba cup. I've never had Boba, but I know what a cap looks like. I've had enough milkshakes to know that. As well with Jack Black playing a Jack Black character in Star Wars, with his background being a former Imperial warlord. Take Jack Black, oh no! Take Jack Black from any of his movies previously and apply it to Star Wars. It is kind of weird. Now you've said that, that is a little bit weird. Oh, we've also done the straw in. Uh-oh. That was not what we wanted, but hey, at least we hadn't painted the base yet. Yeah, it didn't go that bad. And then around the front, I'm going to add a dark red especially when we get the dark red out for rook cast. I want to add a dark red outline to the front, and then I don't know if what I could do is paint on the back of Boba's head, have it double-sided, and have a little Mando mask that you could wear underneath. That way you've still, not the Mando mask, like Boba's helmet. Boba Mando, not Mando. So you could turn it around and have Boba's face through the middle. Oh, and we need a dent. Of course we need a dent for Boba. Where did grey go? We kind of covered it. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, that'll do. And then we'll wait for that to dry before I do the grey at the bottom so that I can hold the top. Boba's Boba suit. We could do dark red on the inside as well. That'd be cool. All right. Rook cast and Vader. Vader. It's got to be gingerbread Vader, but that's just a one color. We're trying to stay away from that. How much more white do I have? I don't know the next time I'll be painting it something, but whoa! We're not done with white yet. Tiniest bit of black. I'm not even going to get any new, because I think that'll be enough. Oh, this is for Boba. Wait, we need dark red. What am I doing? We're not on Boba yet. Oh, I've mixed green into it. I thought I got rid of the green. All right, Boba's going to be a greeny grey. Yes, now you've got any... Oh, there's a bit of green around the side. That'll stop me pushing any harder. And deep red. Rook cast. That'll be plenty. Rook. Where's... Oh, wait, I've got rid of rook for Boba. Rook cast. Burgundy. Let's get a little bit of black. That little bit of black. Yes. Just to darken it the littlest bit. And then we could also have some of the brighter red, especially on the gauntlets. We need it a little brighter. Let's see. I think also all cameos have to be played well enough. There was a show I watched called Nightfall, which is the code name for the March on the Jedi Temple. And Mark Hamill popped up. I watched the first season when it came out. Don't know how I found it. I really liked it. And then season 2 came out, and I had no idea that Mark Hamill was going to be in it. But his character was so different from like Luke, Joker, any of the others that he's been in, that it worked. Like he was Mark Hamill for the first minute, and then I was like, okay, I can see his character now rather than the celebrity behind. And if a celebrity can pull that off, then that works better than, like you said, Jack Black was playing a Jack Black character, so he was very Jack Black. It's the same problem a lot of people have with Ryan Reynolds or some of the other Marvel actors as well. They're always playing this like heroic character or something, and it ties them in too much to their other characters. And there's that little gap in the middle where then it meets at the top. A little bit on the neck. I'll be back. Sometimes movies do cast people based on something they've seen. That's the wrong move. That's the wrong move. Completely the wrong move to typecast someone, because then people are only going to be able to see that other thing they did. They're never going to be known for that new show or that new movie. Some people it works with. Jack Black is Jack Black, and he takes that on to every role. Anything Jack Black's been in, you can see it's Jack Black. But that's the good thing with voice actors. They're so different. And I rarely ever recognize a voice actor that's in, or even an actor that has become a voice actor, or anyone doing voice acting, I struggle to recognize, because you're putting on a voice. I think the exception for that is Invincible. Invincible, I can hear a lot of the actors. But again, Invincible has a lot of names in that haven't done too much voice acting. But even with Invincible, the story and the characters are so compelling that they get away with it because you're drawn into a lot of the action. But that is a horrible example because you can still definitely hear the actors in it, I think. I think it's because they've got such iconic names as well. That's hard to do. Shoulder, the other shoulder. And Rookcast's jetpack, we don't see in Maul Shadow Lord. So I assume Rook had a jetpack. So many people thought they were the armorer. A jetpack in Clone Wars? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there's a Black Series one with a silvery jetpack. More of a dark grey jetpack. Oh, hold on. This model's got a dark red. Like a black with a dark red outline. Oh, dark red outline. Maybe a brighter red as well than the armor. Rook's armor, not the armorer. You ordered the full Series 29 CMF. 3 times. Oh, what? The full, like a full crate. Full crate. Nice. Are you going to be painting up your Boba cosplayer like the Boba Fett? You have Boba Bane and the Boba costume. There's a few good figs in there that I wouldn't mind duplicates of. Perhaps the Boba costume, so we can get a few more Boba armors or different variants of Boba. We can do a book of Boba, and it's just a book. It's one of those storybook Lego sets that has all the Boba costumes in it. Ooh. Do I go up the middle? No, that's still black, just around the edge. Got a little bit up the middle there. I said no, and then maybe a little outline down the side as well here. Let's get rid of some of this paint. And then whoosh. And whoosh. I don't know why. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Not bad. And I will paint this bit red because having the black sticky out bit didn't look right. And Rook doesn't have the sticky out bit on her helmet. It's just not present. Oh, we need the orange visor as well. Can't forget that. You think having a couple of celebrity cameos or actors is okay? Yeah. When it's in such a rapid succession, it's too much because at some point after, and I think it's quite fast, it's after like 2 or 3 cameos, you're then waiting for the next one. And it's no longer about the show, it's about, oh, who are they going to add next? It's kind of Mando season 2. Mando did it well because it was set in the scene. Again, I love Mando. Maybe I'm being a bit generous here with it. But with Mando, these are in-universe cameos rather than just the peeps betraying. But we had like Bo-Katan. Then we had Ahsoka. Then we had... Then we had a few, didn't we, in season 2? We had a lot of names dropped as well, season 2 and 3. Oh, we had Thrawn's mention. That was in season 2. Almost forgot about that, and a few other Imperials. We then had the whole, Imperial, Jack Black, and that. I don't know if that was 2 or 3. I feel like that was 2. And then it ended with Luke. They did well to space out the actual character cameos and not bring back, like, if they would have brought back Maul in Mando. Somehow Maul returned, which he did in the comics, but that would have been a bit too far. And at some point everyone starts to lose interest then, I think. Because if they're just bringing back characters, the characters have less of a weight. But Mando pulled it off. Boba Fett, yeah, Boba Fett. Oh, I forgot about Boba Fett. Got his own show from it. Yeah, Boba Fett. And I think the Book of Boba Fett series, speaking of Boba Fett, the Mando episode got so much backlash because Mando had just spent an entire series running into other characters. So then for Mando to be a cameo in another show, it's like, well, we could have got another episode of Mando, or stuff could have been done differently. And I think that was testing the limits with the cameos. It was a little odd anyway, but with the whole movie and trying to move things along, that makes, like, now we've seen it, makes a little bit more sense. But I still think people didn't like that episode because of all the cameos we'd already had. Mando Season 2 was cameo season. My display for Mando Season 2 is Bo-Katan, Fennec Shand, Ahsoka Tano. We had that droid in Jabba's Salvage that was voiced by Mark Hamill. No, not Jabba's Salvage. Weren't even Jabba's Palace. It was Mos Eisley. That was Season 2. We had the BD droid as well. So not just direct cameos. We did have a load of indirect, Fallen Order, other materials. They do that a lot with Mando. We've got the BDX droids, the walkers from the parks. They're in the new movie. Oh dear, what have I done here? I don't know what I've done here. I'll touch that up with black. I think I go in rougher with this to get a shine to it, and then neaten it up with some black around the edge, because I don't know what I did there. I also want to round it off. That's why. Excuses. I could have rounded it off with it being a little neater. So it swoops inwards. Swoops lower down in the middle. And then comes back up. Like that. It is quite short, the visor. Good thing is black just eats every other color. And then that nose needs to be, get rid of some of that orange and squish that back up. A bit more in the middle. Jack Black is Season 3. Think they should have moved that episode. Oh, you think they should have moved that episode to Season 3 for Mando being in Boba? Yep, it is odd they included it in Boba, because then Boba did get a load of for Boba being so secretive at the start. He did get quite a bit of story in Mando. I feel like perhaps Mando could have even moved a little slower. They wanted to get Mando up and running because I think a lot of people would have grown impatient for it otherwise. But Mando had the luxury of time. They could have spent a little bit of time. This movie would have been a bit interesting without. Especially with what happened to a few of the actors on the show. It might have been a bit harder to move forward. Ooh, okay, a little red. And then once we're done with red, maybe a bit more. Or the smaller brush. Oh, I've just got so much paint on that brush. Yes. When in doubt, smaller brush. Beautiful. Okay, holds less paint. Oh, a bit too thick there. Holds less paint, so it's a longer process, but actually this paint is just bleeding out. Maybe it's too wet. It worked so well initially. Yeah, that could do with a little touch up. And then another bit of yellow on either side of the torso. Was there not yellow on like the gauntlets as well? A little yellow up here, a little yellow up there. Strengthen that one. And same on the gauntlets. Gonna add it on the top side where like the comms would be, because I assume that's what the lights are. All right, we got a little rook cast. And Boba, let's do Boba. And then Gingerbread Darth Vader. What was worse is that we didn't even get Boba Fett in his own show. The fact that one episode didn't even feature Boba, and then the next episode starts and Mando walks in and is just... And that's it. They like took back half of Vader's bit, Mando's. It did feel like they removed a line or something there. He was eerily quiet. But that's kind of what Mando is. He's that bounty hunter-esque. What people wanted from Boba, Boba grew, especially working under Vader. There was no way he'd just continue being a bounty hunter. I like the fact that Boba's become this... The way Star Wars sold it, it was almost like this union man for bounty hunters. But I don't think that's what Boba is. I think he's more of a crime lord now. He's served people for so long. He wants now to take home the big money. He wants that big money. He's not dealing with the Hutts, not dealing with the Pikes because of his experience there. He's instead going for the people at the top, getting the big deals. Where the money's at, as we saw in the show. And it is very Godfather with the looking after people, they look after you. It was good to see. It was good to see for Boba. Moving up in the world. All right, Boba's going to need another coat on the grey. Nope, too wet. Get rid of that white. Didn't mean to pick that up. Too much, too much, too much. Just a little bit of dark red on the inside is what I want. And that's going to be for Vader's, for Boba's mask. Keep calling Boba Vader. Keep doing that, and one of them's not going to like it. All right, that'll be the inside. I don't know if I can put this back on Boba now without... No. Look at his angry eyebrows. Oh, let me get out of the camera. Or have I just blocked my... Don't look at me. Look at Boba. Look at his angry eyebrows. Oh, I'm going to need to get a tissue for that. All right. Where did I put him? Oh. So for Vader, Gingerbread Vader, Lego have gone with a few white details. I don't know if we'll be able to get the white details on this Vader, or if we go full gingerbread, like even the lightsaber could be gingerbread. But we're going to have to get a gingerbread color first. Not far from this, but we also have brown, and it's a very light, actually it is kind of a browned off this. Looking at the Gingerbread Vader with the white details, we get a little bit of brown and a little bit of this. Just a little bit. We could Gingerbread Vader up. Let's remove the lightsaber for now as well. Vader's the easy one, like we did with the white. It took a few coats, but white is a thinner color. It's a less pure color. This should cover the black. Maybe we don't even need the dark brown. Maybe this straight on the black. If we thin it enough, we'll look like gingerbread. Yep, too dark. That's cool. We got a bunch more yellow. Oh, okay, a bit lighter. Hopefully yellow. No, we need a little bit more white, do we? No, this is it. This is it for Gingerbread Vader. Is it? It looks really good in person. It's just darker than Lego shade. It looks really dark on the camera. There you go. That's how not dark it is for Vader. It's a really nice spiced gingerbread. Ooh, Christmas when? Yes, please. Really nice spiced gingerbread. Get some like icing gummies on the gingerbread house. Gingerbread Death Star. UCS. I mean, April Fools wouldn't be Christmas themed. Maybe for Christmas, Lego can make like 5 gingerbread UCS Death Stars to release and do a special giveaway. It does feel more like a April Fool's set. But I would be down for a UCS gingerbread Death Star. Like all those gingerbread coloured pieces that could then be used for a Geonosis arena. I'd consider a gingerbread UCS Death Star more than the actual UCS Death Star. Definitely to do with where I am in the figures I've got. If they were all gingerbread minifigures, I'd have to save up for it. That would be amazing. Don't need to get in there. That's where the saver's gonna be. Well, speaking of, I wonder if we'll get another Christmas Star Wars set or a gingerbread set in general. The 8080, it didn't sell as well as Lego have made it out to be, and I do worry the reason they kept making it sell out, because Lego had a ton of them. The reason it kept selling out probably wasn't demand. It was always on shelves in store, and other stores, I don't think there were many. It wasn't an exclusive, but I'm trying to think like Amazon, Chaos Cards, they're not really official sellers of Lego. They're closer to resellers because they go, a lot of them go through different mediums. Amazon, anyone can upload to and sell whatever. Maybe it was a Lego store exclusive. But the fact it kept selling out means it either sold really well or it didn't, and Lego only had a few to sell each time to make the demand greater. I think it did sell well. I don't think it sold that badly, but yeah, we'll need another coat on this as well later. All right, first coat. There we go, first coat done. That is a nice, tell you what that's like, we made Lebkuchen, which is I think it's German gingerbread-ish biscuit. It's softer, it's really nice, cover it in chocolate, it is amazing. And that's what it looks like. It looks like that. Any new sets announced? I don't think so. 149 products. I thought there was 150 something. We've got the N1 that's come out. We've got, I can't remember what else we've got come out. There's a few different things. You're finished bag 4 and you're saving the rest for Saturday. Tomorrow we will be going live, so you can come back, build along. We will be building the UCS sail barge. At last, taking our time getting that thing open. I got it nearly a month ago. Yeah, nice with a grey bottom. That's better than greening the whole thing. And starting to build that. We won't be continuing Monday. We'll be doing that, don't know about next Saturday. Maybe not next Saturday as well. Tomorrow and some other Saturdays in May. We might have to do next Saturday's stream early. Could even do it on Friday, actually. Before we go back to Saturday. Look at that. I thought there was a darker grey in there. I was breaking through the streaks. All right, that seems good for where the decals are going to go. I'm going to decal like Boba's armor on that one. Has the dark red dried enough for Boba to go inside? Yes. Nope. 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 Oh, it was so close. Out you come. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to leave that off tonight to dry then. How much paint? Oh, I can rub that off with my thumb. We've done... Let's take a look, see if there's anything we want to do to these while we got the time. We've got Rey. Rey from Arcto. That blue tack holding on the saber. That's quite funny. We've got Darth Kylo Ren. Which from afar actually kind of looks like Kylo. The fact that I can't unsee that. That's odd. No worries. Oh, enjoy the build. You'll get it done by then. We've got Lieutenant Connix. You know, that's one of my favourite today. But then we got the Mandos, and the Mandos are pretty cool. Pre-Vizsla, if only we had a Darksaber for this. We could use a Lego Darksaber. They're almost the right scale. Pre-Vizsla's good. But we also have Rook Cast, who isn't that bad. There are things that I would change about Rook Cast. Actually, what would I change? Because neck down again, good. I love the backpack. It's a bit Picasso, but I do like that. I'd want these to be a bit more worn and torn. The idea behind painting these is they were meant to look battle damaged because I haven't painted much. I'm not too great at painting. Or at least I didn't think I did. I don't know, a bit of ego boost after painting the other ones. They look quite good as well. Not as bad as I thought they'd be. And then Boba Fett, which is just drying, has the Boba Cup. We're going to get some armor on the base and maybe look at a stripe or something on the top. I feel like the green needs something. Definitely needs a little grey patch where the bullet would have hit. A little, just a little something like that, just up the top. It gives a shine to the cup, but it's also that dent on Boba's helmet. I think a mask in there would be good enough. Or just the armor on the base, because Boba's helmet, yeah, it's the visor at the front, which we've opened up. Could get a bit of dark red. I do think that would be overkill for this sort of design though. So I'm going to leave that there and let's finish up with Vader. Finish our gingerbread Darth Vader. Only there was room in the gingerbread section. Ah. What is my go-to boba tea order? I have never had boba. Never. Maybe I should try boba. Does anyone have any boba recommendations? Because I've recently had iced tea. Iced tea is really nice. I've had, what's my favorite iced tea? I do like peach. I do quite like the summer berries. I am a sucker for summer berries. I love lemon and lime water and lemon and lime flavored things. Lemon Fanta is amazing. I didn't like the lemon and lime iced tea. I don't remember the brand name. So that doesn't help because all brands are probably very different. Same goes with any drink. But wasn't a fan of the lemon and lime. 6 bags or 7, because one is 5. There are 2 5s that are the same size. There's either one really small bag or there's a second bag that's bigger than it should be. The ATTE. Usually you have I wonder with the sail barge if you have an extra bag as well. Usually you have an extra bag for bigger parts. The ATTE, surprises me there isn't like an axle in another bag. I think pearl milk tea with pearls would be a good starter. Pearl milk tea, see that sounds alien to me. I've never been Like I have been to Starbucks once. I got a hot chocolate. It was a pretty decent hot chocolate, but I'm not big on teas and coffee, so I have to keep an eye out for a boba and see what I think. You should be able to buy them in stores, shouldn't you? To do at home rather than having to go to a boba specialty place. I would have no idea where a boba shop is near me. There's probably one not too far. But I'll keep an eye out for boba tea, and by the time boba's finished drying, perhaps I'll have found something. I do think well, mainly the decals drying, I guess. I got to get to work on those. I probably won't do the decals too soon. I was going to do a stream making decals because I think it can be handy to show the process. But I tend to do decals, like I'm working on a few decals now. Well, I've been working on these decals. The decals that come to mind I've been working on for so long. Who knows when they'll be finished. All right, do we have any paint to use? We've got a bit of green and a bit of dark red. Anyone that wants some green paint, some dark red paint? How does Vader hold his saber backwards? Just like so. Ah, yes. I did not think about picking up Vader if I dropped him. Covered in paint. Perhaps through... Oh, wait. I got a pair of spiky tweezers I could grab through Vader's saber hole and pull him up by that. Right. Yes. If this is going to work. No, you're not in. Go on, get in. Oh, that was stressful. Seen it's nicer done fresh from the store. It originates in Taiwan. Ah, I saw a load of boba places when I was in Poland. I think that's when it was all starting to kick off. It had already kicked off, but had it? It was pretty new, at least in Europe. All right, back on you go, Vader. And you know what? I'm going to wait for Vader to dry before I add the saber. Not going to look too different character-wise. Still got the paint, yes. It also looks like a chocolate Vader. Wait, why is Vader so far forward? You're meant to be back a little. Oh. So that's why you're not going in the base properly. Okay. There you go. You still look like you're jumping forward. Oh, all of them are. All of them are jumping forward. That makes sense. Was there anything else to paint? I got the thing for painting now. I'm ready to go for a few more paints. No Lego besides Boba to paint today. Thankfully, still got to wipe the paint off that other. I think I've put it away, you know. That dark red piece we painted yesterday. I think I've put it away. Oh no, that'll be fun to find him. That will be fun. First time you had a boba, you were 7. Oh, yeah, a bit later for me, but it's never too late to try it. So boba tea, I will keep an eye out for that. And yeah, in terms of what's next regards to painting, maybe we substitute these with decal streams. I don't know if I do provide members with all the decals. I think I've been staying on top of that. So I could do a member stream with the decals because they could also run a little shorter. And then we can do them in advance as well because I'm always working on new decals. Half of the decals, there are some that the members have that haven't made it to videos, but half of them I just haven't finished. I should get around. The last fortnight, not this fortnight season, the last fortnight season back must have been about end of summer last year. It was the one that led up to Christmas. So normally about 3 months long, sometimes a bit more. I've got so many figures from that I never finished. Maybe it'd be a good idea to do that before this season's out. Although, I don't know if we'll get around to those. Maybe one day. Maybe when Lego comes out with some of the actual figures. But there was like the Gorillas band figures. I've got them half done as well. just never made them into a video. That was back with Mouldie Makes. That was going to be the original Mouldie Makes. The reboot of Mouldie Makes after like Grinch and all that. But we'll see if they ever make it to the screen. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there a little early. We've almost hit the 3-hour mark. And then tomorrow we'll be back for Sal Barge Saturday. One-off Saturday. Don't know about next week. Maybe it'll be Sunday. Maybe it'll be Friday. Maybe we will double it up and just go all week, but I doubt it. So we'll be cracking open the Sal Barge. That gives me 21 hours to try and wiggle it out of there without knocking down all those Funkos. Those Funkos are going to bobble. That will be fun. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe we'll leave it there. Maybe I'll just grab a knife. I'll just carve the front off and we'll just take the bags out. Also, I'm interested to see what's inside the box, because Django Slave 1 was pretty much just like your Dark Falcon. It was a slightly smaller set. But that'd be interesting. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the Sal Barge. Awesome. Enjoy your Saturday run. Yes, already Saturday. Not quite for me. Won't be too long. I'll probably sleep through it as I usually do. But until next time, until tomorrow, when we're building the Sal Barge, tomorrow, Sal Barge right here, 7 o'clock UK, British summertime, in about, 9:15, in about 22 hours time, right here, building the Sal Barge. Don't miss out. Until then, thank you all so much. Shout out to Tinks in chat. And until next time, may the bricks be with you always.